How you doing today, folks? So to all you new subscribers out there, we are now at over 300 subscribers. Just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for your time, your likes, your support, your subscriptions. They do mean the absolute world to me. Every single time we get a new subscriber, I'm always overjoyed and just to the moon because it means you guys actually give a shit what I have to say and that we can have a dialogue about stuff. And that's all I ever really want. Vice versa, whenever somebody unsubscribes, that shit breaks my heart. I might be a little too sensitive to be doing the whole YouTube thing, but either way, here we are. So first off, there will not be any giveaway for the 300 subscriber mark. Actually, there will not be any more giveaways until the 1,000 subscriber mark, in which case I'm going to give away an entire custom worth roughly $1,000. I thought a long time about this, and most of the content on my channel is all relatively higher end stuff. So I don't really want to give away a $20 knife, or the last one was a $40 Brian Ty, like CRKT Tie Tack Drop Point, I think is what it was called. And I don't really want to do that. So I'll be giving away stuff randomly for no apparent reason. But as far as the actual channel milestones, I'm going to wait till I'm at 1,000 and I'm going to give away a full-on, full custom, handmade beast of a knife. I'm not sure if something's already in my collection, something that'll come around at some point in time, or I might just ask the person who wins, what they're interested in. I'm not too sure yet, but it's going to be something crazy, so stick around. Now we are unboxing, speaking of custom knives, a full custom from Russia. This is from Seraphim Knives. This is a full-size Yakuza. And our unboxing knife, as always, is the Paragon Knives Warlock. It was on loan for about a month and a half to a buddy of mine for review. It is back, and I am so happy it's back. I love this knife. We got loot. That's funny. This is not technically a custom knife factory knife, though it is from the From Russia with Knives website. So wasn't sure they'd give you the normal stuff, but yeah, I got some CKF patches, stickers. Very cool. I love their stickers. And this is a really fancy box. This is actually a metal plaque. That's nice. That is a nice touch. Figure out how to open it. There we go. So most custom knives will have a maker card. So this is obviously Yakuza, M390, Mokutai, Tai, CF. It's also a Mokume as well. Very, very cool. CKF always has chocolate bars in their package. This one has a Seraphim Knives chocolate bar. That's funny. Nice little homage. Little pull tab to get to your actual knife. Very nice leather slit. Wow, that's nice. And you can see this beautiful Mokume bolster. Mokutai pocket clip. It's reddish orange carbon fiber. I have 2XL hands. This is a very big knife. First flip. Oh, 1 second. Try that again. Okay. All custom knives generally have to be broken in out of the box. I'm sure this is no exception, but for being just out of the box, it actually flips very well. I am terrible at front flipping on camera. So just to give you an idea, it rockets out. It feels very good in hand. Has a nice integrated lanyard tube. So if you want a lanyard, it's definitely good to go. If you do not, it does not interfere with these incredible lines. Comes with a nice mirrored edge. Bit of hand polish. There is a small scuff on the blade. I'm not too sure what that is. Interesting. Oh, okay. It's coming off. Probably just a dot of oil that sat in the blade too long. Very, very cool. I am loving the design so far. So you can definitely front flip it. Drop shut like crazy. That is intense. Look at that. Just whoop. Very cool aesthetics. I'm actually going to pause the video here because I forgot to grab some front flippers. So 1 second, folks. I'm not. All right, so we have a Boker Excalibur 1, a Bestech Shinkansen. This is obviously the Seraphim knives, full custom Yakuza, CKF Thief 23, as well as a Boker Excalibur 2. So it is definitely on the bigger side, but it is still very EDC friendly. It's not quite as hefty as, you know, the Thief, for example, but still a decently sized knife, still very good to go. The weight is actually pretty impressive, mainly because it's all titanium carbon fiber, which does not weigh as much. Any Hinderer fans out here, if you have a XM 24, that will be the interpretation for a 24. We will also do our unboxing knife, which is the Paragon Knives Warlock. A ADC staple in the Paramilitary 2. It's actually pretty close in size comparison to the PM2. Obviously, it has this very kind of Japanese upswept blade to it, but in terms of the actual ratios, it's pretty accurate. We also have the Benchmade full-size Griptilian, and we also have the knife that I can't seem to keep out of my pocket, which is the Medford 187 drop point. So as you can see, this is a big knife, you know, 4.25 inch blade and some other stuff. So it is very firmly in that whole EDC category, which personally I like bigger knives, but this is very much going to be my gents carry. And look at that. It has just the amount of kind of crazy sort of embellishments to it to fit my style and how I like stuff. Sorry about that, knocked the camera. While also not being super scary, though it is a little intimidating. A very nice profile and a fantastic blade. Fantastic action. It's an absolutely beautiful gents carry. And this pocket clip is just absolutely gorgeous. That did not look that good in pictures. All the transitions from blue to bronze to purple to very kind of like molted gold. Very, very cool. Also, the carbon fiber in pictures looked like it had a little bit more red in it, but I actually really like this kind of like slight orange texturing. I'm not a huge fan of orange, but this little hint here and there just adds a very interesting look, and it also matches this kind of, again, molted, bronzy, flaming gold of the Mokutai pocket clip, as well as the Mokume. So overall, aesthetic-wise, this knife is a solid 10. It will either speak to you or it won't. Personally, I absolutely love it. As far as ergonomics, as you guys know, I have 2XL hands. We do have a small finger choil to where if you're not careful, you can definitely cut yourself. And this is a, oh yeah, that's sharp. Very sharp blade. But it is there if you want to use it. It does blend in very nicely. I have a hell of a hard problem with massive finger choils, right? I mean, I understand why they're there, but just aesthetic-wise, I hate the way they look. Same thing with Hinderers and stuff like that. Like, they are fantastic knives, and once you have them in hand, everything just fits. But just as far as the aesthetic-wise, I don't really like them all that much. This is a fantastic interpretation of a finger choil. You know, you have just enough there to really choke upon it if you need to. And yeah, man, it's absolutely good to go. I love this blade. Reminds me of a, I think it's a Japanese Zembako, I don't speak Japanese. It's essentially, it's a type of samurai sword. It's a smaller variation of it though, and it kind of has this upswept blade. Very much reminds me of that. A couple other different influences as well. But it is absolutely beautiful. Pictures really and truly do it no justice. That is just incredible. There's also a light texturing on the carbon fiber, so it's not slick. Most carbon fibers are kind of slick. So this has just enough to where it does lock your hand in. Nice early lockup. Very early actually, but that will break in time. One thing I love about custom knives and custom knife makers is that they put all sorts of little crazy details in to make this knife last for generations. A production knife, if you take care of it, it might last, 50, 60 years, don't get me wrong. But there's no guarantee of it. It's that if you take care of it. Most knife makers that take genuine pride in the art make something which is a inheritance piece. This piece will by all means be inherited down for generations and generations if you so choose, and that is just an absolutely fantastic thing. Man, I am super happy with this. Also, you guys know I like a little bit of weight to my knives, and this has just the right amount. It's still very light with the carbon fiber, but there is these big, thick titanium liners that give just the right amount of heft to where everything just sits perfectly and it holds so well, and I cannot stop staring at that blade. That is just so cool. So as far as ergonomics, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 too. As far as, let's see, edge geometry, if I can get a clean cut. Whew, very nice. Holy crap, that's sharp. All right. Edge geometry, we're gonna give it a 9.5. It's not fantastic. It is very sharp, very good to go, but it is by no means a laser. But yeah, man, sorry, I'm speechless. I'm looking at this knife for the first time on camera, and I am just blown away. I'm gonna end the video and probably just stare at this for about 45 minutes, just dissecting all these intricate details and how this bolster sits completely flush with the scales, and there's this very subtle texturing that you can't even really see, but you can really feel it. It just locks your hand in, how the screws are completely flush with the carbon fiber. The pivot looks raised, which adds kind of an aesthetic appeal to it, but if you touch it, it's completely flush. You can't even feel the actual lines. This is just an absolute work of art, and I am truly in love. As far as price, this is about a $1,200 knife, so definitely expensive. But again, if you're looking for something that just kind of fits that itch, this is absolutely fantastic, and I really and truly have no complaints. As far as the edge, I would have to really use this and cut with it a lot more to give it a true opinion as far as that whole score thing. So as far as first impressions, I'm going to give this a 9.9 out of 10. The only reason why it is not a 10 out of 10 is, again, that whole, the edge isn't as great, as good as it could be. But I do want to make this very, very clear. It's very hard to tell how good something cuts on that first cut. Now, anybody can make a knife that cuts through paper or whatever the case may be. It's not hard. They can make it glide through like glass. They can do any number of things. But to make that be able to last long term, right, to make sure the edge is thin enough to be able to glide through cardboard and paper and whatever else you need it to go through, and also have it just that right amount of convex to it and that secondary bevel to make sure everything maintains itself and the edge doesn't roll over. There's a bunch of factors that go into this final conclusion thing. So a 9.9 is going to be where I'm at, which is still a fantastic knife. I'm actually pretty confident this will be a 10. on the actual true review, but that will only come with probably about 6 months of carry. This is a full custom knife, so I really want to put it through its paces. You will not see a review for this piece for quite some time, but it will come. And I truly, truly, truly am so blown away. Look at the blade to handle ratio on that. Yeah, you can't feel it. You can't get to the blade at all. It just has that gradual slope into the actual handle to where you can't reach in, you can't grab it, but it is, you are not fitting any more blade into this handle and you are right there. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Exceeds expectations. Well worth the wait. Oh man. Anyways, I'm going to cut it there, folks. As always, I love you all very, very much. Thank you for your time, your likes, your subscribes, your supports, your comments. I appreciate you all so very much. From the bottom of my heart, I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. You guys genuinely make my day, make my life, make everything just a little bit happier, a little bit brighter. And I can never thank you guys enough for that. So as always, please do me just this one personal favor and do the best you can to be a better person tomorrow than you are today. And I do promise you to find your center in life. Take care. Once again, I love you all so very much. Have a great day. Be blessed. Be happy. Enjoy your life. Love one another. Forgive, forget, move on, and be content. Take care, folks, and bye.